on, guys? Cody here with CJ Built. Thanks for tuning into the channel. And today, pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to be ripping out the O2 sensor off the Banana, the wideband, and we're going to be putting it on the Honda to be able to get an accurate reading on Honda Tuning Suite. I don't need the wideband on the Banana anymore. We had that when we were on nitrous. So we're going to take it off. We have to solder it into the P28 harness. We're going to do it to the jumper harness. I talked to the guys at HA Motorsports. Shout out to HA Motorsports, always helping out. And they said, yeah, pretty much it should be good tapping it into the jumper harness. So I'm going to show you guys that, whoever is here to look at the actual installation. I'm going to have the video cut in pieces. So if you look at the timeline on the bottom, you will be able to see the part where we start actually soldering it in and installing it on the Honda. If you're here to watch just a video, then enjoy. Alright, so we're going to start getting everything set up so we can take out the wideband in the car. We're going to have to remove the seat because the grommet we ran through is under the seat. This is the O2 we're going to get off. So right now we're going to go to the grommet, get the wiring out, rip this thing off, and start getting it ready to go into the Honda. After a long fight with the O2 sensor, we were actually about to call it a day and just end it there because that's really where the day started. My dad was able to get it loose. He literally just beat it up and it came out. So we have all the wiring here. We have the O2 here chilling in the rack for a second because we had to put a torch to it so it is insanely hot. But we're gonna go ahead and start putting that in the Honda. That's the O2 sensor we are going to be changing. So pretty much we're gonna take off the stock O2, put the wideband, then wire it into the harness that connects to the P28. That way we will have accurate readings. We got the O2 out. Now we're gonna put the wideband in, and the grommet that it goes in is right there. What I did pretty much to ease the pain from ripping it out because these things are super tight, especially if it hasn't been taken out. A WD-40, some heat if needed, and I went ahead and took out the plug from up top. That way it will be easier to get the wrench on it. Okay, Dad, can you do me a huge favor? Can you run the O2 from the inside of the car? The plug's too big. I'm gonna run the O2 first because the plug's too big. Make sure to check that before bolting it down or you're not gonna have a fun time. Thank you. All right, now let's put it, get it up in there. Thank you, Dad. Go. All right, so what I did was I grabbed the stock grommet, cut it, and I'm gonna slide it over the wire. That way we can reuse the same grommet and not have to get another one. Put the grommet on, so now it's wired up. So now we're gonna go inside the car and start wiring it to the ECU. All right, guys, so right here I have the jumper harness for the car, but I have a jumper harness because mine's going from OBD2 to OBD1, as you can see there. So this is the OBD1 harness. So pretty much what we are going to have to tap into is on this plug, the last right two. The top one is going to be power, the bottom one's going to be your ground. So we're going to tap into those two. And then on the rightmost plug, you're going to go 5 from the right, 7 from the left. And it's going to be this plug right here. Right here. So if you look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's going to be this plug. That is where your 0 to 5 volt output is going to connect to here. For the AEM, it's going to be the white wire. I cut the freaking wire, Cody. So learn from my mistake. The proper way to do this is to take off the coating on the outside of the wire to be able to tap into it rather than cutting the wire, because you still need power to run through this wire. You're just tapping into it to give power to the gauge. So please, if you're going to be using a stripper like we did, have it set to a low setting so it doesn't cut right through the wire. We had it a little bit too tight, didn't really think to check it, and cut right through it. So for the power and the ground, you are going to be stripping the outside of the wire to leave only the bare wiring showing, to be able to tap into it, solder that, and then you tape around them. Just wanted to throw that in there real quick. guys, so the harness is all soldered up. These are the wires coming out of it. I'm going to the wideband, come on, focus. Going to the wideband connector. So now we're going to connect it to the wideband, connect that to the computer, and see if we get a signal. Okay, let's get the other side. Connect it to our wideband. Sorry for the shaky video, guys, trying to hold the camera and connect at once. Okay, so now we have it connected to the wideband, connected to the computer. Now it's connected to the car, and then I'm going to turn the key and see if we get a reading on the gauge. And then we'll connect the laptop and see if the laptop has an accurate reading as well. Let's give it some power, and we have power. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and get the laptop real quick. Gonna crank on the car and see if we get a reading. Okay. Looks like it's reading. This is an old gauge from one of my other cars, so the LEDs are out. Right now it's about 15.2, 15.3. Alright, let's get this working up on the computer. Is connected data logger. I'm gonna have to set up the limits real quick and the presets for the wideband. Right now it's reading 59.16.0, and that's about what we're having here. Alright guys, we have our live wideband and AR4 reading. Definitely running way too lean. This is just got this computer hooked up to the car. So this is still like the very base map from the Z6. So if you guys are going to stay tuned for the next video pretty much we're going to be doing an accurate base map, getting the AFRs right, and then starting to add some timing on it, playing around with it. Maybe in the upcoming video we'll do like a pop tune or two-step video. But yeah guys, let me know if you have any questions down below. We are not professionals, but we do what we can with what we have to make our projects work. So if you guys have any questions, let us know. Thank you guys, hope you have a good one. See you guys on the next upload.